Right, let me tell you something, mate. This is the bit nobody wants to admit, but you and I both know it's true. Ever had that feeling in your gut that a woman might want to sleep with you, but you're second-guessing it like an idiot? You're sitting there staring at your phone, trying to read between the lines of her message, LOL, that's funny, or I'm free Friday, and you're wondering, is she into me? Let me stop you right there. When a woman wants to sleep with you, she will always, and I mean always, say one thing, one very specific thing. But before I even tell you what it is, I want you to understand something. Women are not as mysterious as you've been told. They drop hints, they test, they flirt, they bait, and if you don't know what to listen for, you're finished. Most men are completely oblivious to the signs, and society tells you to wait for the right moment. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. By the time you've waited, it's over. That moment is gone. And guess what? She's off with someone who didn't wait. Here's what nobody, not your dad, not your mates, not even that so-called dating guru on TikTok, will ever tell you. Women rarely say what they mean directly, but when she wants to sleep with you, she'll say things like, we should hang out just the two of us sometime. And that, my friend, is your green light. Let me say it again slowly, just the two of us. She's testing to see if you're clued in. She's giving you the opportunity to take the lead. And you know what happens if you hesitate. She loses attraction immediately. No one talks about this. We're taught to be respectful, to not assume, but that's not what she wants. She wants a man who can read the air. A man who doesn't need every instruction spelled out, because if she has to spell it out, the attraction dies. It's brutal, yes, but it's also real. Now, if you've ever had a woman say that to you and you replied with, yeah, maybe, I'll check my schedule, you blew it. Sorry, hard truth, but this is how attraction works. It's fast, it's primal, and it's over in seconds if you miss the cue. Let me ask you this. Why do most men miss this cue? Simple. They're too busy being polite, too busy trying not to come off as creepy, and I get it. We live in an age where one wrong move and you're labeled every name under the sun. But there's a difference between confidence and creepiness. And here's the kicker. If she likes you, she'll interpret everything you say in a positive light. You could say something cheeky, even borderline inappropriate, and she'll giggle. But if she's not into you, even high is creepy. You see the point. So the problem isn't what you're saying. It's who you are to her in that moment. Confidence is knowing when to lean in, when to say, yeah, let's do that. Friday, your place or mine. Instead of, oh really, what do you mean by that? It's maddening to watch decent guys like you, screw this up. They think they're playing it safe, when really they're just playing themselves into the friend zone. You've probably done it before. Hell, I've done it before, but not anymore. Once you know this stuff, you can't unsee it. Here's where it gets controversial, and frankly, I don't care. Someone's got to say it. Women speak in codes. They have their own language. It's all suggestion, subtext, implication. You ever hear her say, I never usually do this? Boom. She's already decided to do it. She just doesn't want to feel judged. Or when she says, you're bad, with a little smirk, she's inviting the mischief. These are not throwaway lines, mate. They're tests. And if you respond with something flat like, oh, I didn't mean it like that, then congratulations, you just failed. The truth is, she's handing you the match. Your job is to strike it, but if you act like it's not even a match, she'll assume you're not that guy. End of story. That's why confidence is everything. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being aware. About reading what she's really saying. You've got to learn to hear the message behind the message. That's the only way to win in today's dating game. Because while you're decoding her emoji, some other guy is already in her bed. Here's the blunt truth, and you can quote me on this. Women want sex just as much as men do. Sometimes more. But they want to feel good about wanting it. They don't want to be the one chasing. They want to be chased by someone who gets it. And that's where 99% of men fail. You try too hard to be liked. You're too afraid of rocking the boat. But here's what she'll never say out loud. She respects the man who can stir her emotions, not the one who tiptoes around her. That's why the nice guy always finishes last. She'll say he's sweet, but she'll sleep with the guy who made her feel something. Anger, tension, mystery, even a little danger. These are emotional triggers. If she says, "You're trouble," but she's still texting you at midnight, mate, she's not warning you. She's begging you to prove her right. It's time men stopped listening to women's words and started watching their actions. She doesn't want a friend. She wants a man. And if you keep showing up as her therapist, don't be surprised when she tells you about the guy she's sleeping with instead of sleeping with you. Now, if any of this is making your brain spin, good. That means you're waking up. And if you want more of this kind of truth, the stuff no one tells you because they're scared of getting cancelled, then hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, you need to hear this regularly, because every week we're cutting through the nonsense, smashing the lies, and giving men the power back. This channel is not about being politically correct. It's about being correct. You've spent years being fed the same polite garbage. Now it's time to unlearn it all. So if you're tired of being confused, ghosted, and overlooked, subscribe, hit the bell, and start playing the game the way it's actually played. Because the truth is, mate, women aren't waiting for Mr. Perfect. They're waiting for the guy who gets it. Are you that guy yet, or are you still hoping for a sign that never comes? This is the sign. This is the truth. So stop scrolling, hit subscribe, and let's keep going. Let me tell you a little story. A mate of mine, let's call him Adam, was texting this girl for weeks. Daily conversations, memes, voice notes, the whole shebang. She once said, "I feel so safe talking to you." And what did he do? He felt flattered. I nearly smacked him. Safe? That's the kiss of death, mate. That means she sees you as her emotional support animal, not a potential lover. The problem is most men confuse female attention with attraction. Just because she talks to you doesn't mean she wants to sleep with you. She wants validation. She wants company. But sex? That's reserved for the man who can make her feel something different. You have to break out of being the predictable, agreeable, emotional sponge. The truth is brutal. If she feels nothing around you, she'll sleep with the guy who makes her feel everything, even if he's rude, even if he's chaotic. That's reality. And if you're honest with yourself, you already know this. You've lived it. So stop being her diary, stop being her comfort. Start being the man who makes her feel like a woman. All right, here it is. The phrase I promised you from the start. The one thing a woman will always say when she's open to sleeping with you. We should chill. That's it. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But it's loaded. We should chill is her way of throwing the ball in your court. She won't say, "I want sex." Of course she won't. Society has told her not to. But chill is the modern code. If she says it and you say, "Yeah, sounds good," when? She'll respect that. But if you say, "What do you mean?" or "With who else?" you failed the test. You're not supposed to question it. You're supposed to lead. And if she says, "At my place" or "yours," that's not a coincidence. That's an invitation. I've had this happen more times than I can count. And every time I saw the signal and acted on it, the result was exactly what she wanted. Don't overthink. Don't hesitate. And for God's sake, don't play dumb. She's already picked you. The only question is whether you're man enough to act on it. Let me rip this apart once and for all. Most dating advice is complete garbage. Be yourself. Let her come to you. Don't chase. Are you kidding me? Try that and you'll be single until retirement. The men who get the girls are the ones who understand timing, tension, and action. That's it. And the reason most guys struggle is because they're following advice made for women. Of course it doesn't work. When they tell you just wait, be patient, they're setting you up to lose. Attraction doesn't grow over time. It grows through moments, boldness, risk, edge, and yes, sometimes rejection. but that's better than living in limbo. If she gives you the cue, go for it. That's how you separate yourself from the masses. It's not about your looks, your car, your bank account. It's about your certainty. If she says, we should hang out, and you say, I'll bring wine, you've won. That's it. No games, no hesitation. You take the lead, and she'll follow, happily. So let me end this the way I started, with brutal honesty. If a woman wants to sleep with you, she will always give you a window. Always, but the window is small. And if you don't act, it closes. Forever. You need to be alert, confident, decisive, and you need to stop treating women like puzzles to be solved. They're not puzzles, they're people, and people feel. Your job is to create the feeling. That feeling of tension, possibility, curiosity, that's what leads to intimacy. And if you keep waiting for her to make the first move, you'll be waiting a long time. This is your wake-up call, mate. The game has changed, and if you don't learn how to play it, you're out. No more excuses, no more missed signals. The next time she says, we should chill, you know what to do, you lean in, you own it, you become that man. Or you keep being her friend, your choice. But don't say no one warned you.